Well, she's had such a great career, and she was such a great player. I want her to hit the message home that you need to work harder. Because I think that when you're in college, you think you work hard. Well, in high school, you think you work hard, and then you realize in college you haven't ever worked hard. And then in college, you think you worked hard, and you get to the pros, and you're like, wow, like I didn't work hard at all. And then you realize a couple years into your pro career, wow, if I would have worked a lot harder a couple years ago, then I would be a lot better. So hindsight's always 2020, and I want to her to tell them, hey, go for your goals. This is what I would do differently. She's played all over the world, from Belgium to Turkey to South Korea, and she's still playing now. So I think she's 8 years into her pro career. So if you have aspirations to do it, you go after it. You set your goals, you work on your stuff now, and that's kind of the message that Kelsey Plum has sent to them too. And it's just important to hear from different people because after a while, they start to tune me out probably. I didn't listen to Joan all the time. So I just want to put different special people in front of them to mentor them and to teach them and to give words of advice.
Coach, have you ever held a team under 20% shooting from the field?
I probably not. We probably shot under 20%, but I mean, Audra's, she's done a great job. It's a new situation, and she's building a program, building the foundation, and well, there's been plenty of nights last year where we probably shot in the low 20s. So I know that feeling.
How do you think Ari played? I mean, she didn't put up the same scoring total, but she was making passes all over the floor.
Well, I thought she made a conscious effort to get her teammates involved. I thought the foul trouble kind of took her out of a rhythm, and it was a little bit frustrating. But there was times where she had wide open layups, but she did not take them, and she looked for shooters in the corner. And that's just a great leader and teammate. She's not the type of kid. She took 10 shots, I think, tonight. Yeah, 10 shots. She's not the type of player that looks for hers. She's just so gifted that a lot of times when stuff breaks down, she's able to get to the basket. But I think that she still played a really good game tonight. I think she's playing at a high level, and it wasn't her night. But other people step up, and we have to know how to play without area on the floor too.
And speaking of that, can you talk about how Bryce played when she came on?
Bryce is awesome. Bryce is fearless. She doesn't hesitate, and that's what I love. I love the fact that our freshman, Samaje, tonight you saw Bryce, you saw Kate. They came out, they don't have any hesitation. And I think that that's what makes Bryce special, is that she's not afraid to shoot. She doesn't have any hesitation. She's not second guessing herself. She just is open and looks for shots. And I love that. I don't care if it's an air ball, because I don't care if it's a miss. I don't care if it's this or that, but I think the best shooters have amnesia. And she has that. And I love the way she's playing right now. I love the way she's shooting. I love the fact she's working on her shot. She's working every day. She's working on her defense, and she wants to get better, and it matters to her. That's why she's going to be a good player, and that's why she'll be fine here.
Samaje had a really big game offensively and defensively in key moments, actually.
Yes, Samaje, the goal was to get her some good minutes tonight, and I thought Samaje, she played 18. She 4 for 5, a beautiful turnaround. And I don't want to take away stuff that she does well. A lot of people say, oh, you want to change this. She needs to work on just no move. She does, and she is every day. But I also don't want to take away her bright spot. I don't want to take away something she's good at and just change that. I still continue to work on what she's good at. She loves a turnaround jumper. So work on it, get it better, master it, and then add some other things. And I feel like she's improving every week. But tonight was a good night to get her confident. And, I mean, we need her. We need her to play this year, and we're going to need her to give us minutes. So if she plays like that, she's going to get a lot more minutes.
Coach, what's the biggest improvement since the LMU loss in the 2 games in Hawaii?
I think it's just our mental toughness and being a little bit more consistent. I thought that we didn't handle their runs really well in the LMU game, and LMU is more talented. They're a really good team, and they're a team that had a lot of fire. They beat us last year, so they were confident at their place. And then this year, they played without their best player, so sometimes that's worse for their opponents, because sometimes the team really rallies together and like, oh, we want to show we can win without our best player. But I thought that we didn't play well. I felt like we were just on our heels the whole night. I think after that loss, I think that was a good wake-up call for us, because I wanted to see how we were going to respond. Went to Hawaii, responded, we played well, and I thought, okay, well, now let's see how we play at home. Are we still in Honolulu mode, or are we going to come in and take care of business? And I felt like we started off strong and took care of business, because these are games that we should win at home. So now another game on Tuesday, we need to play well, win that game, then we go on the road, and it's revenge, because we lost against both the next 2 teams. So San Diego and Long Beach, we lost against last year. So I think it's just a way to get momentum, and continue to get better before the Pac-12 starts. That's the goal. Because there's a lot we have to work on. We have a lot to improve on.
Areas.
Defensively, we have to get a lot better. We're not going to be a good Pac-12 team if we're not a little bit more consistent defensively. I think our defense is eons better than it was last year, but we just have to be more consistent with what we do. Sometimes our rotation is a little bit late, or we're not talking or communicating. Those are little things. I feel like just our rebounding has to get a lot better. Last year we struggled. This year we're better, but we're still not disciplined, so we're just going to work on it every day till we get better at it. But that's an area, those are two areas that we really have to improve on.
What about three-point shooting?
Three-point shooting, I'm not that worried about. 6 for 19 is not a great number tonight, but Lucia typically will shoot the ball better. And Lucia was 1 for 6. She's not ever 1 for 6. Sam Thomas usually gets more shots and shoots better. So I think when they just come along, they'll be fine. But also remember, their roles have changed. Last year, the ball was in Lucia's hands the whole night. It's a lot hard. It's just different, so it's an adjustment. Lucia played really well in Hawaii, but Lucia is also not a selfish player. If she's 1 for 6, she's not going to take 15 shots. She's only going to take open shots, and I thought all of her shots were really good tonight. They just didn't fall. So I believe in Lucia. I'm confident in Lucia and Sam, and they're going to play their game. It's just a matter of time.
Speaking of rebounding, that first half, they kind of hung with you there.
Yeah.
And then you guys picked it up. Was that something you were doing better, them wearing down, or some of each?
Well, it's something we talked about at halftime. That was one of our adjustments. They had 5 offensive rebounds and 6 defensive, and we needed to make sure we hit and get and box out. So that was a focus. I thought that in the zone we struggled against that second half, especially down the stretch in the fourth quarter. But I thought we did a better job of being more aggressive. Dominique and Kate came out. I challenged them a little bit at halftime, and they came out with more fire. They came out finishing stronger, and Samaje also, and then rebounding better. I still don't think we were disciplined in hitting and getting, but we were pursuing the rebounds more aggressively. So I thought second half we did a really good job rebounding, and it shouldn't have been a 2-point differential in the first half, not when they're playing 4 guards.
This was the first time Dominique has scored in double figures. What do you think I know you're kind of expecting her to average a double-double, at least that's what you were saying before the season.
She's very capable.
Yeah, what does she need to do to get that level? Is it just staying out of foul trouble?
I think one thing is staying out of foul trouble so she can stay on the court and play, and then she can be aggressive. I think the other thing is confidence. She didn't play in over 400 days. So I think that for her, it's just getting back into a rhythm and feeling good and being confident in what she does, and it'll come. And this will be a game that Dominique, she'll be able to play consistently like this. 10-6, I think she's very capable. I think she's capable of 10-10. So that mentality to get her to the boards more, get her more physical, but she's very capable of all that. I already know she's one of the smartest players on the court. She's extremely unselfish. So sometimes, just like Sam and Lucia last year, it's like sometimes I want you to be a little more selfish. But she will be. She will be fine. She's a great player. She's smart, and she just hasn't even played her best basketball. You haven't seen Dominique, the real Dominique, play. I have, and I do every day in practice. So it will come in games.
Do you think with Aries distributing more and getting more people involved, that leads to better defense?
Probably. I think that a normal tendency as a player is when you're scoring more, it's a little easier to play better defense, because when you're upset and you're not touching the ball, that's just kind of human nature. I think Aries always does that. So now it's time for other people to step up, finish those shots. I mean, Aries, she ended up with 5 assists. She could have had 14 probably. I mean, she was finding people. So it's just people converting and knowing that Aries McDonald is going to get them open shots. So just being able to have the confidence in hitting those and sit there and hit them, she will get that because she draws so much attention when she drives. But Aries is always unselfish. She'll find people, they'll get shots, but it's just converting. But I mean, Aries and Lucia, 10 of our 14 assists. So I'd like to see a little bit more post play together. Like I'd like to see more high lows and different things within the post. And I think Kate, when she gets a little bit more experience, because she's on the perimeter a lot, I think looking for Dominique high low, those are things kind of next level for us, all those little things.
Coach, because they played 4 guards, I noticed that a lot of times we were out of position. There was nobody on the weak side boards.
Yeah.
Was that because they were more concerned about getting back on defense, or was that just kind of?
That's because on the weak side they were sitting there sleeping. So no, because regardless, like we need to be in the paint and help head on the rim on the weak side. And a lot of times we weren't, and we talked about that, especially in the first half. I thought we did a better job second half. But no, they need to be on the weak side, then they need to go box out. So it wasn't because they're on a perimeter, they just were out of place, and that's discipline. So that's something we can control and get better at. But we have to, because as we continue to play better teams, we will really be exposed. And LMU is one of those teams that exposed us. So getting better, like focusing on little things, winning games, but still not being satisfied. And, you know, we have a long ways to go, but we need consistency. And the thing about it is Ari a lot of times is in the wrong spot. But she, unfortunately, she's so fast that she can make up for it, because sometimes, but her learning where to be and reading, and she's learning that stuff. She's learning offensively and defensively how to read more situations, but she's so gifted, if someone goes under, she still beats them around the corner. Most people can't do that. So they have to, like Lucia has to rely on the reading, and she's a great reader. So defensively, Ari can cheat and kind of, and then jump the passing lane. So I want to get to the point where she's in the right spot and doing those things, which will happen, but it just takes time because it's habits. And the freshmen, there's so many habits, like they stand behind on the post, they're in the wrong spot, but because in high school all they do is stand in the middle. And they don't run plays, they kind of go post up. So teaching those things and breaking those habits takes time, but I feel like I'm doing a disservice if we don't teach the game, if we don't teach how to read, if we don't teach, spin and pin and different things, because then when someone takes something away, you don't know what to do. So our goal, it's a longer process to teach the game and teach reading and different things and being consistent in our footwork. It is a longer process and it takes more time, but in the end, we improve more. So you won't see it game 7. You'll see it game 15. You'll see it game 18. And then you'll see it when we play better teams and they take something else away, we can still adapt. If I just say go A to B, then when someone takes B away, we're stuck. We're like, ah. So we have to learn how to read and play the game, and that's just our job, and I think we do a really good job of that.
What can you tell us about Kiana Barkov leaving the program a day before you guys left to Hawaii?
Nothing. Nothing at all. I think that with Kiana's a great person. I recruited her from Florida. I think she wants to go closer to home. And I support those things. I'm not someone, like, I love this place. This is a great place. We're recruiting some awesome people, and you have to want to be here. And it's not for everybody, and it may be far from home, and that's okay. And then you need to go closer to home. But I'm big on, it is about the athlete's experience. They need to be happy. If you're not happy here, I don't want you to be here. If it's too far away from home, if it's too hot or something, it's fine. But you need to be happy to play your best. Even like me, if I wasn't happy, I wouldn't play my best. I wouldn't be my best in school. So I support it. Marley leaving, that's a part of the process. And there's going to be more. There's going to be more. And that's just the way it is, because people have unrealistic expectations sometimes. Some people think they can go far away from home. They're here. They're like, oh, it's too far. It's all those things. And it changes. And we're talking about 17 and 19-year-olds. So I support Kiana. I'm going to help her in every way I can. I want her to be happy to play her best. So I'm not the type of coach that is going to block her from going places. I didn't block her from the Pac-12. I didn't block her from anywhere, because I want her to go where she can be her best as a young woman and be successful. And that's really important to me, and I say that from the bottom of my heart. And there is going to be change, and there has been a couple players have changed, and there will be more change. And you'll see with the new transfer rule, that'll benefit us and it'll hurt us. But I think people need to be happy, and I think a lot of players choose a place really fast and they're not happy. So our coaching staff's helping Kiana find a good place, and she will land in a good place and help someone, and in a good place that fits for her. But we're focusing on our recruiting for the future. The funny thing is, as soon as I think we have a lot of depth, we don't. Tonight we had 9 players, and I was thinking this year we're going to have 15, then now we have 9. So the goal is later. I think the magical number is 12. But, I think you're going to see a lot more changes and transfers just because of the new transfer rule. I'm surprised there hasn't been more as of late, but we wish her the best. She's going to be great somewhere. Okay, thanks, you guys.
Kate, you guys had really good interior defense. I mean, you held them to just incredibly low shooting percentage. Was that expected, or was it just a manifestation of hard practice this week?
I think it was also part of the scout. Coach Morgan and Coach Adia, they emphasize walling up and trying not to foul. Unfortunately, sometimes we get those calls, but I think that we've been working really hard on defense, and it's paid off. So.
Yeah, in that first half, only Erie had foul trouble tonight. I mean, for you especially, Dominique.
I'm fouling. I'm getting 4 fouls in every game. This is probably gonna happen, but yeah.
So, I mean, were you just able to get a better flow since you were out there more, or?
I don't really know. I don't know if my luck just turned the first half, but I think, like Kate said, really emphasizing not giving them easy buckets, but also not bailing them out at the same time. Sometimes calls aren't going to go our way. It's just how we bounce back and handle it afterwards. So.
What would you say the success of like Erie breaking down the interior defense, allowing you guys easy layups, and then once they started sagging back, then Bryce hit those key 3-pointers?
I think Erie's really good at transition from defense to offense. She pushes the ball faster than a lot of people, so that really helps us to break down their defense. And then she has good floor vision, and she saw Bryce, and I think our ball movement was pretty good. So.
Yeah. Sorry, go ahead.
Say this is your first time you scored in double figures this season. How would you kind of just assess your play this year?
I don't know. I think a lot of it came from, like the last question, Erie just breaking down the defense and finding us in the post and getting us easy baskets. So it makes our jobs a lot easier that Erie can do. So, just going off this momentum and pushing into the next game.
How do you think you've played so far this year?
Definitely, I feel like not to my full potential, but I just have to keep playing hard, doing what I can control, and not letting just points be my focus, just being an all-around team player.
So the bench got excited when Samaje hit that fadeaway. Why was that the reaction?
I don't know. I think Samaje she's came a long way since she first got here. Honestly, we've been trying to work on not having her fade away since she's so big, so you can just easily score it. But, that's her move. And I think that just with her just being able to come a long way and being able to be one of our best post players, we're happy for her.
Where do you see her ceiling as a player?
I think the sky's the limit for Samaje and for all of us as well. I think that if she really just can dig deep and when she wants to play hard, she is amazing in practice and stuff like that. So I think the sky's the limit for her, and if she just gets that killer mentality constantly, she can be unstoppable.
When you see someone like Sam, she's not scoring, but she's getting 4 steals, 5 blocks. What do you guys take from that?
I think this isn't like a surprise for Sam. She's been stuffing the stat sheet since she's first gotten here. She's just a great player that you can expect nothing less from her. She's going to work her butt off and constantly make plays on the defensive and offensive play. So it's great that we can have a teammate just like Sam.
Yeah, I agree. I think Sam is really smart, and she knows that if she's not hitting or if she's not scoring as much, that she's going to work on something else. She always gets those steals and those rebounds that other people don't get, and I think that she's really important part of our team.
Anything else? Reese, what do you have to say about your second double-double and having scored 13 of those points in the first half?
I'm happy. My teammates got me the ball. I think I could have made more of my shots, but I think that our team is pretty selfless. We always move the ball. I think our ball movement is pretty good. And so, I'm happy. The coaches emphasize rebounding, so I think that's why I was kind of working harder on getting rebounds today and preparing for the Pac-12.